Hey.
You gotta hit record on your mic.
Oh, right. Yeah, we got to hit the button on So we're here. Oh, yeah, there we go.
So you got your dogs out.
I got my dogs out. They were barking, dude.
Dude, this is a cabin scene.
Isn't it? Look at the fox we got there. That's pretty cool.
It's kind of weird. Can you show off the deer? Actually, we can do that later.
Really, I mean, you can see it right there. Right, most of it, anyway. So this is the cabin. Welcome to the Roving Slant podcast.
You might be able to hear the nice fire rustle in the background.
We do have fire in the background. You may notice that the light is yellow, and we're yellow people. And that's because it's propane. So
Is that why it's yellow?
I would say so. If you want, I don't know.
Okay. Well, what do you want to talk about?
I don't know. We've been talking for so long.
That's it. That's the podcast. We're out, guys.
See you guys later.
No, we had a. We don't. I mean, we had a podcast 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of
we
like
kind of covered everything. It's cool. So
maybe this one's just like a quick little dab into, maybe we talk about something. Maybe we pick a topic.
I like the idea of trying to force ourselves to do the hour 30. Because then, if there's nothing, we have to just figure out what to do.
I just start trying to juggle. Look at this, guys.
We exhaust literally every avenue of content or things to talk about.
Oh boy, dude, that fire is rocking. It is hot as balls in here.
Yeah, that's cool. You might have to take off some layers, dude.
Yeah, no,
You got your socks off.
I got my
Got
dogs.
dogs out.
They're done. They're barking.
Got some
now.
dirty dogs.
Yeah, we walked in the woods today, everyone.
I don't know why I found that so good. He was like, yeah, I took a shit today.
Yeah, I did too.
Looked at the sun, meditated.
Yeah, we meditated in the woods.
Medied.
Yeah, we did brekkie and then medi.
Brekkie, then trekkie, then medi.
Yeah, there we go.
And then trekkie.
You almost lost your foot to gangrene.
Yeah, to gangrene out here.
Yep.
Dude, we found a salamander.
Oh, that was cool.
Holy shit.
Maybe you I don't know if you want to do an edit.
Yeah, I'm going to have to.
Just to cover up our faces for a second.
It was like 6 inches big, dude. And he was moving real slow, and then he's gone in the morning.
It was, what a mystery.
Yeah.
It's snowing literally outside, so he shouldn't be out anyway.
Yeah, it was raining, and then went straight to snowing. So I don't know what water hole he came out of, but...
Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't need to know.
Yeah.
But we went... Okay, so let's just recount today, and then find something interesting off that, right? Because we woke up, we hung out.
No, dude, let's talk about the most important thing. That we saw a weird fucking broken Lincoln.
Oh yeah,
parked a mile down the road.
Yeah.
With a light on, and some dude we could vaguely see through the fog as we came in at 10:30 at night.
Yeah. 10:30.
Nowhere. This is middle of nowhere.
Watch.
There's nothing for miles.
This is the guy that listens to our podcast. The one.
Yeah, he's listening right now.
And he's like, "Yeah, that's my broke ass Lincoln."
Yeah.
He was just parked on the side of a road in a weird inconspicuous area. And so we drive up at the beginning of the cabin road, which is about a mile long. It's not private or anything, it's state land. So at the beginning of it, you pull in, all of a sudden there's just a car there with a very weird orange light because the car's old, and the car's wrecked. The front is just completely off.
It looks like it's been crushed, yeah.
Yeah, and the sides all scraped up and junk. And then, there's just a figure in it,
So we think that potentially when we leave here, we're going to have to file a dead person report or something if we see that car still there.
Yeah.
And there's something in there.
Yeah, because, there's just a man, I don't know, if it's just a dude, okay, there's a couple things, right? It could be a drug deal. It could be just some kids having some fun.
Yeah.
Or somebody's getting high.
Literally, let me reenact Sam seeing this. We both fucking driving up, and as soon as the light hits it on our left, we see it, and then Sam just guns it He's like, we're not stopping. We saw the
Pretty
light.
much,
We saw
yeah.
the fog. We're like, it's not. No.
It was such a spooky,
Yeah.
sketchy scene, though.
I think you described it best when you said it looked like a Halloween prop.
Yeah,
like if you were
yeah.
taking a hayride. That's what
Yeah.
it looked like.
And it was like, this is the haunted hayride. And at the beginning, like, don't go drunk driving. Because the car was just so beat up and foggy on the inside.
Yeah, and then to top it off, we get here and the fucking barn's open.
Oh, yeah.
Like the door's just swung halfway open. So
Yeah.
there's probably some animals in there we got let out tomorrow.
Oh, well, we just locked them in.
Yeah.
And
for
so
now.
if somebody broke in, they're probably dying.
I think mice for sure.
Yeah,
But-
well, they get in there regardless.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's mouse traps in there. But, you know, hey,
We just got a full ass deer in there, maybe.
that'd be cool. Not really. It wouldn't be
No,
that cool.
it
We
wouldn't
would
be
have
cool.
seen a deer.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. If we walked up to that door and there's a deer in there, I would have tried to, like,
Scurry.
yeah, out of there.
Whatever. Yeah. So another podcast of locking animals indoors.
Yeah, and then we did, like, a perimeter check whenever we got to the cabin, like, checked everything.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Sam breached the door with his hand.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and there was nobody here, so
He's
that's
bringing
good.
the gun next time. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we ate liver and onions. He made pretty. I've never had the liver and onions. It was pretty good.
That's good. Yeah.
I had a good time. Yeah, that was yesterday.
Did you feel your awareness open at all?
I felt my brain a little bit more stymied,
Yeah.
but other than that, you know, it didn't change much for me. But I also drank a beer, so
Yeah,
maybe
so that's a lot of estrogen, so you're balanced.
Counteract it, yeah.
counteract. You had the nutrients in your liver, and you're like, I'm just gonna wash this out with beer. It's gone.
yeah. Hey, liver, stop.
Done.
Do this instead.
What else is on your mind, dude?
Well, I still want to recount.
Oh, yeah. If you got another hour here, I'll just lay back. You're good.
Yeah, you can just
Just
sleep.
tell them what you did.
So we woke up this morning,
Talk about the 2-hour nap for 2 hours.
made a French press. You had some French press coffee.
Yep, I had some coffee.
It was okay. It wasn't bad.
It could have been better, but it was good.
Yeah, I think I want to do the old percolator. We got a percolator in here.
That would keep probably the grounds out, I think.
Yeah, because we kind of ate some grounds. I think that French press is getting a little old. Doesn't have a good seal on it.
No, we gotta lubricate that seal.
Oh,
You got some Vaseline here?
Yeah, just smear the inside of it with Vaseline.
Just an extra rim.
Yeah.
Maybe if we just lick the outside ring of it and then put it in there.
Yeah, I
Little
think
seal.
that really would change everything on that one.
Yeah.
Um,
Might be able to taste 10-year-old coffee on there too while you scrape it off with your tongue.
yeah. What else? Okay. We had breakfast.
Yeah.
The brekkie. Then the trekkie. Then the medie. And then the trekkie. And then the nap. I took
Nappy.
a 2-hour nap. But guys, this is exciting content. Let me tell you, if you leave this and you go somewhere else and you're like, you know, there's better content elsewhere. This is the cream of the crop. You're completely wrong, and you need to delete your YouTube account, remake it, and only subscribe to our channel.
I just want you to imagine your wife is here and you're telling her about your trip. What are you going to tell her?
I had liver and onions, and it was pretty good.
Do you think we can convince her to have liver and onions?
I think she probably had it in her past, and she didn't like it. That's my guess.
I can't convince Jade yet. I have to at some point, but she won't do it. She doesn't like the smell.
She doesn't like the smell? What does
Yeah.
it smell like?
It just smells like liver. That's it.
It just kind of smells like beef parts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think ground beef smells bad most of the time.
Yeah, it does
Personally.
actually. When you're cooking it, it smells bad.
No, I think just raw.
Oh, really?
Personally. Raw ground beef, maybe after it's like, maybe not like fresh.
No, like a couple
But-
days old, it smells bad.
Yeah, it smells like legitimately bad. I usually
It's
want to
gross.
throw it away, but it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear the water boiling.
Oh.
If you want to, he's got a surprise. He's making.
Yeah, we're doing more important things instead of the podcast right now. I just want you guys to know.
Yeah. I just
In case you were worried about it.
well, like the problem is that like I wanted to make sure that like you didn't boil all the water out, so there would be some water left. It sounds like I'm bullying him. Yeah. Anyway, so like there's a really nice fire. We're surrounded by deer. Samuel Adams like posters and junk. I would like show you around. The problem is I don't know if I want to like have the name of this land escape this confined area, right?
Yeah,
Because
you just leave it at that. Yeah, there's too much in the name around.
yeah, it's not like you can look up the name and find it, but the problem is that you could find a trail.
Somebody's gonna add a Google Maps location, and they're
Or
gonna rate
something.
it.
Oh,
Yelp
yeah.
reviews.
That would be AIDS. Yeah, I would never want that. But you know, we just have the geolocation saved inside the video anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna convert it to MP4 and destroy all that. So.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
That's cool. You're gonna scrub it?
We're gonna scrub it.
That's cool. So anyways, how are you guys' day?
Yeah, tell us.
Wow.
Do you see a fox? Where's the fox? It's just like a kid's show. Yeah. Is this a fox?
Yeah. You gotta point at this one.
Yeah.
Is this a fox?
Yeah.
Is this a fox? You're right. That's a fox.
Just keep pointing at the alcohol. Is this a fox?
There's also a knife attached to the wall
Yeah.
there. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that a pretty scenic set?
It
That
is.
Cheeto slightly in view.
Yeah, Cheeto the deer.
Yeah.
He's slightly orange, so that's why his name's Cheetos.
He's also got orange eyes too.
Yeah, he's got Cheeto.
He's got cheetah eyes.
He smells like Cheetos too.
Yeah, we dust him with Cheeto every once in a while.
You can
Just to
lick
keep
him.
up appearances, yeah.
Just give him a little slurp.
I wonder what would happen if we took some like orange dye and then just like or like the turmeric and just rubbed him down with it every time we came up here.
I think
to keep him orange.
I think if you were to do that in the horns, someone would be like, "Whoa, what's going on?" I don't know what's going on.
I like the idea of it just changing slightly enough each time so that like eventually somebody notices, but they don't notice like each time. It's like the boiling the pot with the frog inside of it, slowly but steadily, so they don't notice.
But it's like over the like years, like
Yeah.
literal
just keep rubbing down those horns.
come back with more turmeric all the time.
Yeah.
See, this is the problem, right? Like, we had like a 4-hour car ride, and then we've literally not stopped talking to each other for,
Dude, we got plenty to talk about. What the fuck are you acting like we have nothing to talk about?
I'm just trying to think of like something to talk about with the podcast, because normally I'd be like, yeah, so what have you been doing? You're like, oh, dude, I saw this thing about these AI bots that have been jacking off to you. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, of course, this is interesting.
No, this is the best because there's nothing to talk about. So then you have like a moment of like, well,
What
now we just gotta
do we
create
do?
characters. We gotta be creative.
No, hey, Gromit.
Yeah. No, you're just copying Cumtown. They already did it. We gotta come up with a new
Gromit,
character.
I want to eat your cum, Gromit.
He's a dog, Sam. I play the straight guy. You just keep playing the guy making all the jokes.
Give me some cheese.
Cheese with cum, Gromit.
I want some cum dipping sauce from Nature's Miracles, my favorite book.
And ranch dressing.
Oh, dude. So you just tried Cranch today?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
You used just powdered ranch and garlic and
Yeah.
yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, yeah, we did fish for dinner.
Yeah, fish, tilapia.
Tilapia, dude. It's good. And beans and couscous and carrots and broccoli. There was a lot of food, actually.
Let's hear your philosophy.
Of?
You're going to be going back to work
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Okay.
How are you going to cope after having been in a remote cabin with only gas power?
I'm going to just get back to focusing on work.
Yeah.
You know, the problem is that, like, I actually enjoy it. I enjoy the work.
See, that's what it is. You're like a worker ant, dude.
I like fixing things and doing stuff.
I think that makes sense. I like doing
Yeah.
that too. I like
Yeah.
being creative, so.
I think the thing is that you just have to get over the fact that it's a job, because this is just what I'm going to do anyway.
Mhm.
Like, I might as well, like, enjoy what I'm doing for the moments I'm doing it. Well, how are you going to cope whenever you're no longer here?
That's a good question. Well, I'm not going to have any beautiful fireplaces.
You're also not going to have any moss.
Yeah. Or a nice warm cuddle buddy. So
I know, yeah.
A tough life.
I'm sorry,
I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna have to pick up drinking to make up for it.
Well, I can get you started. You want to do some shots live?
Yeah, you have a ton of fucking alcohol here. What the fuck?
It's just what it is. Default.
Yeah.
There's my family likes the Crown Royale.
Yeah, there's over 300 bottles of Crown Royale in this cabin.
Yeah, and plenty have been thrown away. So it's just, I mean, the bottles date back like before 2000.
Mm-hmm.
So
Honestly, we should just smash them, crush up the glass, and then eventually you can melt them down and make more Crown Royal.
I think people would be upset if all of the bottles disappeared.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like part of the culture here.
It is.
I feel like I drink Crown Royal, and I'm not even.
Yeah. You had coffee today.
I did.
What other illicit substance? No.
Yeah, the coffee, it was interesting.
We went out and saw a bunch of fungus.
Yep.
And moss.
We saw a salamander too. No, just keep bringing it
and show them back on the screen.
It was like 6 inches. I keep pulling it up. It was so great. He didn't move, but he was alive.
He moved.
Yeah, he moved a little.
Yeah.
And then he was gone in the morning, so something took him.
Yeah.
Or he took himself by his own legs.
And maybe he was a hawk.
Yeah.
The hawk just swooped in.
Yeah.
Dead salamander. What if he's like in the car when we're driving home?
I'd have a pet. They live for 20, 30 years as my new pet. I'm going to go buy the aquarium tomorrow.
Figure out how to like feed him and stuff.
I'm going to give him whatever he needs.
What do they even eat? Bugs?
I think bugs, yeah.
Bugs make sense. Just release a bunch of mosquitoes.
Yeah.
At your office.
Yeah, we also found the gnat sand spawner. That was weird. It was like this little sand pit that was like the torn up ground.
Yeah.
But I ended up stepping in it, and as soon as I moved my foot, a bunch of these gnats started coming up from the ground.
Yeah.
It was like a kind of gross.
It was pretty gross. Yeah.
But I've never seen, bugs during wintertime move, so
yeah,
totally disturb whatever the hell is going on there for them.
They just have I think it's just soft.
Yeah.
And so they just hide in the ground to hibernate.
It's got to be. They got to dig under there or something and completely mess it up. I wonder if we could dig deep enough to find some sort of eggs or something, too.
I don't know. I think gnats spawn in water.
Yeah, that's probably true. They look like some kind of gnat or something.
They're little bugs, yeah. Little annoying insects.
It's a swamp, so.
That's what I think about those insects. I think that they're insects.
Yeah.
They need to be exterminated. So anyways, yeah, there's a salamander.
Dude, it was super big. It was like 6 inches.
Yeah, we ate tilapia.
That's what the podcast is. Groundhog Day. No, Sam, you got to carry this one. Let's hear it.
What?
What's on your mind, man? You were meditating. What did you meditate about?
What did I meditate about? I was thinking about how like like there's a weird primal human urge to preserve weird nature garbage. Like we're in kind of like a shitty swamp area. Mm-hmm. Like if it was a Mario level, it would be the toxic swamp. Mm-hmm. And yet, like I'm sitting here meditating by the river. I'm like, man, if like land developers came and tried to take over this for like subdivisions or something, like no, we're not doing that, and I would try to stop them. I doubt that would happen while I'm alive, but I just thought it was kind of interesting how there's like some weird, like why would I have that? Is it nostalgia for the area, maybe, or is it just like the fact that I don't know? There's humans want to preserve some form of nature.
I love the idea of just like you hear the bulldozers coming and you're like, oh hell no, and then you go back to your thing, you like mix up some green face paint. Smear it over yourself.
I am one with the trees.
And then you got two like fucking Shrek ears. You go out there and you're like, get out of my swamp.
I start playing Smash Mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, in a boombox.
Yeah. And you start coming in.
They don't stop coming and they never stop coming and they don't stop coming and they never. You got your fucking shotgun and it loaded up. You fuckers, you got like bullets in your teeth.
My face gets smart, but my head gets dumb.
Yeah.
So much to do, so
much
much
to
to
see,
do,
so much to do.
So much to do.
Living in the back street of the swamp.
The back swamp. As I like blow up some poor construction workers.
You throw a clay pigeon and shoot it, and there's a guy behind it.
And a shard of it like goes into his eye. So much to do, so much to see,
so much to do. You take some salamanders by the tail, whip them onto the fucking bulldozer. The guy fucking turns over, crashes.
Yeah, I throw one on a spear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a toxic salamander.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whip it across the river.
They're like sitting there like, what is he doing? You've been chopping on this tree for like 5 hours.
I'm literally helping them.
Yeah. It lands on their stuff. Like, oh shit. Some guy's like, I don't get paid enough to deal with this.
Jesus. You know what's weird? I thought about this earlier. And I'll get back to the Medi thing. We were tipping over a dead tree.
We did a lot of that.
Yeah, there's just dead, rotting trees. So we went to go push one over, and I like push it, and it like starts coming back at me. And instead of getting out of the way, which I think I could easily have done, I was like, no, I'll just take it with my arm.
Yeah,
like an idiot.
It was great because the tree fell over, but then it hit something at top, and then half of it broke towards Sam, and Sam was just like, I'll fucking take it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it.
Don't worry, I got enough defense for this one.
Let me run it back.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I was thinking, like, right after that happened, like, why didn't I just move, like, 2 steps to the right?
Yeah.
And clearly avoided
You're
it.
refining your strategy. You had a level up notification. You're like, boop, and you put the couple of points into strategy.
Yeah.
You're like, next time I'll move out of the way.
I don't think I will. I think I'll still try to block trees.
Yeah, with your hands.
Yeah, it'll be like
forearm.
A massive tree, and
like I can take it.
Yeah.
And then it would just break in half on here, and then one hit would hit you in the face, and the other would punch you in the stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, and then break my arm as well. It'd be great. But the other thing I thought about, okay, so like I was meditating, thinking about that. Just thinking about that weird humanity thing, and then I heard like a car horn, and I was like, "Damn it, no, please, oh God!" And I thought like someone was at the cabin.
So you checked your phone, which is not very Medi-ish.
No, but I was like panicked. So then I checked my phone. That kind of ruined everything for a while. But I just stared at the river for a while, man. It was really peaceful, actually.
It was pretty looking.
Yeah, it's always pretty. If you ever find yourself by a river, just stare into it. Other people have done that for like billions of years and have thought about things. And we're still doing that. If you're a human, right, you should never think that you're not like good enough, because like there's always
somebody worse.
It's not only that there's always someone worse. It's also like, thank you.
Yeah.
It's also like there's always somebody that has also gone through a similar struggle in the thousands of years of human history, and they've like figured it out or died trying, So, and it's like there's no issue that like we would have to die trying for. So here we are.
Not dying.
Yeah.
Sometimes trying.
Sometimes.
We do what we can out here.
Yeah. While I was sleeping today, I felt like napping for 2 hours in the middle of the day.
Hey, did you have a dream or anything?
Not that I remember thinking about a dream that I was having, and then waking up and remembering none. So it was pretty cool. I got 30 minutes of REM sleep.
30 hours of sleep, Sam. You've been napping the whole time.
I haven't been conscious till now.
I had a whole life outside. I started building my own cabin.
Wasn't there like a salamander outside that you were telling me about?
Dude, we saw this salamander earlier today. It was like 6 inches. And I forgot to tell the color earlier. It was black with yellow spots. He was a little slimy.
A little slimy.
Yeah, I didn't touch him too much because I bet he would have like fear toxic fumed me,
Yeah.
and then I don't have resistance to that poison yet.
You ever play Dark Souls 3?
No.
There's little like toxic frogs that are the worst thing in the world,
Mm.
and that's what he would have done to you. He would have
Yeah.
cursed you.
I'd have been done.
Yeah.
It'd have been over.
And then you would have had to make a death run from like spawn, which is 4 hours away.
Mm-hmm. 4 hours away. No, you can respawn in the Lincoln, dude. The black
Oh yeah,
Lincoln,
is that a bonfire?
Yeah.
That's a bonfire area. I didn't touch it though.
Yeah,
so.
there's a Grim Reaper inside.
Yeah, good old Grim Reaper in there.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that this fox would have ate the salamander?
The foxes, maybe.
Probably.
It's an amphibian.
Yeah, they eat
It's
frogs.
like meat, yeah. Right.
The tea is good.
Yeah.
I drank a little sip of that.
Yeah, it's kind of hot right now, but
What?
a little toasty.
It is a little warm, but I think it burnt my tongue good enough, like a bunch of times. So
Yeah, it's pretty fucking hot.
yeah, because I mean, like
You're a trooper.
you can just do this though. You know.
And you're immune.
Yeah. Do you want to see me? There's like this cool trick you can do with a lighter and a can.
No
and
one's
you-
going to know this callback joke. Literally no one. If you have watched this podcast somehow or listened to it that fucking long.
The only person that might know is my wife.
Yeah, your wife.
That would be it.
If she'd even remember.
I don't know. I came home with a burn.
Yeah.
She might remember that.
Yeah, last time we were at the cabin 2 fucking years ago, he's like, oh, let me show you this cool ass trick. Fucking just lights his hand.
I listen. It wasn't working. The magic trick wasn't working, and I was worried. And so then I put my hand where it wasn't supposed to be and incinerated it.
Sam was like, content. If there's no content, I gotta be the content and
Yeah.
just burn himself.
Pretty
That's
much.
how dedicated he is for this podcast.
I am. Sometimes I think I really outdid myself with that one.
Did you have any interesting dreams lately?
No. Have
Really,
you?
nothing?
I just don't remember 'em.
Holy fuck, dude.
I'll have good times with my dreams. Like I've had some good ones where I woke up, I'm like, I'm pretty happy about this. But nothing, Yeah, nothing like that I remember recently.
I have a ton of them. Which one do I want to say?
I have ones often that are in carnivals.
Really? That's weird.
But my dreams are kind of random. So. Hey, if there's anybody from Mexico, if you're from Mexico, you gotta like, comment, and subscribe. We're calling you out. Yeah, do you think that's good for our podcast? Do you think that's good content?
Yeah, do you think so?
Yeah, or like, what if I just did that, but I was like, hey, if there's any Canadians out there listening to this podcast right now, you gotta like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, be really specific. If there's any blue-eyed, brown-haired Canadians out there right now in the northern region of Ontario, Canada, you gotta like, comment, and subscribe. This is your synchronicity check. Synchronicity checking.
I just spilt a little tea near my crotch, but I didn't spill it on my crotch. That's good.
That is really good, dude.
Oh, we played that fire game.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that a little bit?
What is it called?
Firewatch?
Is it Firewatch?
Fire Tower, that's what it's called.
Fire Tower, yeah.
Read it from here.
Yeah. If only I would have looked over. Fire Tower, board game, pretty fun. It's just a kind of like a strategy game where you're trying to like catch the other person on fire. You like move little fire tiles around to try to burn down the other person's fire tower, while not trying to burn yourself. It's cool because we're playing it in a forest, in a cabin.
So this is a dream I had on the 2nd. It is what day right now?
The 9th?
The
10th?
9th. So this is a week ago. I received a strange text message from one of my sister's old friends. I read it, or it read, if you want to help me on my path, add this number. And so I added the number, and it was another woman's number. And then I was in my bedroom at my parents' house. My room was in an old format. I moved the bed later in life, but it was in the old childhood format. And then I got a white package with 2 things sticking out of it. Inside was a video. It started with a black and white comic depicting my sister's friend wanting to talk to her friends more, but always finding herself preoccupied with selfish things. One was a circle with a crude drawing of a man stroking his cock. The others were circles that are crude and drawn. I don't know what that means. Then as I looked lower, the animation played, and the rest of the animation was a series of strange anthropomorphic animals fucking. Different ones over and over in like a muted, saturated cave opening type setting. There were cows, pigs, chickens, and doing that. I remember thinking that she put quite a lot of work into these 3D models on display here, even if they didn't look that attractive. And then my girlfriend showed up, and after I showed her, she found the whole thing kind of weird and gross. And then I personally felt like my sister's friend put a lot of work into this, enjoyed the personal story and her touch. And then I was in the classroom with light streaming through the windows. So it was like some kind of like, I opened a package and I saw these like weird animations that she had done, and it was just like a bunch of things fucking. And it was like really weird. But I was like, you know what? She did a lot of work in here. This is cool. But my girlfriend thought it was weird. And I was like, I think she did a great job.
Yeah, but I mean, you're like, I'm going to let you cook.
I'm going to let her cook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with that dream, but...
Yeah, dude. Who knows?
Sounds like, if I had to guess, I would say that it's probably like my sister's friend is like recognized as like I don't know. I'm thinking like the feminine archetype, like the anima or something, and maybe something to do with it. I got a lot of dreams with animals and libido recently, so
damn.
I think it has to do with channeling libido into something or accepting libido and ignoring other people even if they are close or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Gotcha.
I gotta think about it more.
Damn.
Got a bunch to do.
I wish I wrote down my dreams more, because then you remember more.
Yeah, I've started. I write them down so much that I have one for each month now. I just make a whole new thing. I'm like, all right, this is March.
Damn.
This is February. Note, whatever. At some point, I'm gonna go back and collect them all, and then I'll read over them and see if I can remember what the hell was going on. Or
see, that's the weird thing though. It's like I don't know. During the day, you might be able to remember the dream, but then like I don't know, 3-4 days later, even if you wrote it down, you're like, I don't really remember this.
Yeah, there are some that really stick out to me. The ones I analyze the most, I think about, and I can remember them and recall them like pretty much instantly. I even told a few on the podcast that I remember pretty distinctly. But some of them are just pretty random. Pretty weird.
Yeah, that's the typical dream.
I didn't dream at all this morning, though.
No?
I had nothing.
No dreams.
Yeah, no dreams.
It's a little dry. It was a little dry this morning. Just because everything's fire-based and not,
I also do this thing generally because I'm in a room with no windows. I'll like sleep, wake up for like a little bit, and then fall asleep again, and that's when I usually have the dreams.
Oh, yeah. You check the time and then...
No, I don't check the time.
No?
Not usually. I only check the time when I write a dream because then I log the date and the time.
Gotcha.
But I'll like wake up at like 7, and then I'll be up for like a couple of minutes thinking, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm conscious. I'm like, but I don't want to get up yet, and then I just fall asleep again.
I gotcha.
I can kind of tell, like, based on how heavy my eyes feel, if I've gotten enough sleep.
Wow. See, my whole everything relies on time. So
yeah,
I have
just
to
always looking at time.
Yeah, so like I gotta I wake up and I'm like, oh hey, it's 1 in the morning. I told you this on the car ride.
Yeah.
Did I tell that in the podcast? No, I didn't.
I don't think so.
I always have these like recurring nightmare waking moments where like the most recent one, I woke up at like 12:59, and I woke up, I'm like, oh no, it's 12:59 in the afternoon. I'm really late for work, and like this has happened to me a bunch of times. So I kind of knew that it might be a lie. So I waited a little bit. I'm like, I'll just hold out, wait for the 1 minute to roll over so I can see that it's 1 a.m. and then I can go back to sleep. And so I have to like fight myself. But I've gotten fully dressed and ready for work at like 3 in the morning because I was like, oh no, I'm late.
Seems like you stress a lot about time. It's a big stressor for you.
Sure, yeah. Well, the weird thing is I don't care if I'm late to work that much. But I care if I'm that late for work, right? Like 1 hour, 2 hours, I'm fine. But 6, no.
Now, because you're an independent contractor, are you allowed to go in like an hour or two at different or something, or what?
They don't really care at the current place. It depends on the place, right? Some places are like, no, you better be here right at 6.
Got it.
No earlier, no later, Other places are less strict.
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of contracts like, I don't know, we might start around like, I don't know, 8, maybe, I don't know. And it's just kind of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that's about it.
Do I know?
Yeah. I think you comprehend it. What do you think I just said?
Sounds like you're got a pretty flexible schedule, but it's not flexible enough for 6 hours. It's only flexible for 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
That's what I think I got out of that.
Okay. I'm glad. So when I'm here and I wake up at 6:30 and just like I'm like, yep, not getting any more sleep. That kind of sucks. I went to bed at 1.
Yeah, and you woke up at like 7,
6:30.
6:30,
Yeah.
and then you had a 2-hour nap.
So I mean, like I got enough sleep today.
Yeah, you got.
I'm a little tired now.
Yeah, it's because we
Somehow.
ate a bunch, we walked around,
Oh,
we explored, we touched moss.
so much fresh air.
Yeah, dude.
What did you decide what moss you're gonna see tonight?
Yeah, I'm debating. There was like a moss that vaguely looked like 2 cheeks. I think that's as close as I'm gonna get. It was soft and moist to the touch.
Just gonna clap them.
Yeah, I'm gonna clap them. You'll just hear the wet sound of my thighs hitting moss at night.
In the complete dead silence at night, I'll
Yeah.
just hear like,
Yeah, dude, that's actually pretty good. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll
Some sloppy.
I'll give it the tantra. I'll do the 8 shallow, 1 deep, and then keep the rhythm going. 7 shallow, 2 deep, 6 shallow, 3 deep, 5 shallow, 4 deep, 4 shallow, 5 deep, and just keep going until I get the 8 deep.
8 deep. That's when it happens.
Yeah, that's when it's over.
Damn. I gotta keep that in mind. I gotta try that sometime.
It's honestly, it's more. It seems difficult for me to count in my head, but it's interesting. I think there's different ways to do it, right? Like when I think about it, I'm like, all right, how do I want to count it? Do I want to count like 1, 2, 3, and then be like 4 is like deep, and then deep, 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 deep from that, or do I want to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, like that? Or I don't know. You can do it.
It depends on how fast you're going.
Yeah,
Because it would be kind of hard to.
You can kind of keep it like, and then you can also decide, do you want it to be 8 or do you want it to be 10?
Yeah.
And then go up to there.
Well, and then like like whenever I'm making love,
Yeah,
it's
you make it
passionate, and
Yeah.
I don't think about
There you
anything.
go. So that counting, that's gonna add a whole new math. You're adding math to sex.
You're literally saying add.
Yeah. Add. You gotta add and subtract.
Yeah.
Add, subtract.
Speaking of ads, today's sponsor is
These cheap Menards cups.
get yours at Menards.
Dedicated to service and quality. TM. That's trademarked.
How do you trademark those words in
I don't
string?
know. How do you trademark dedicated to service and quality?
I should just file trademarks for random trash.
Yeah.
Like
Remember that time Call of Duty tried to trademark Ghost? They were like, no. Can you imagine that phone call? What are they trying to do? Ghost? Like just every ghost? Like
don't we already have TV shows that are something ghost?
yeah, they go to like the library, they see like a giant bookcase of the occult section. They're just like, no.
We're suing.
Yeah. Yeah, they sue them all. Yeah, oh my god, that would be so funny. It would be like the witches versus like the gamers. Like the programmer geek guys who work at fucking Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd be casting candles and spells and Wiccan shit. And then the guys would be hitting them with like legalese and programming DOS attacks or something.
Yeah, they DDoS their cauldrons.
Yeah. Yeah, my pretty little newt. Then like you see the fucking blue screen on the cauldron. It's like, God damn it.
That was I was listening to a different podcast that wasn't ours, and they were talking about.
Cannot believe it. You fucking traitor. No.
Listen, I'm using it to get content.
Oh God.
So sometimes you got to dip in to the other podcasts to see what's going on, so you know how to get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it might be time to close the window. I think we're hitting equilibrium.
Well, you can keep talking about that and go close the window. I can close the window.
No, I can do it. I'll do it in a second. But basically, they were like, yeah, you never want to make fun of any celebrity because, at one moment you're just hanging out playing video games. The next moment, your router's getting attacked by a 12-year-old sending packets.
That's actually pretty good. Have we shit-talked anyone celeb on here?
I don't know. I don't think we have yet. Have we?
I think we shit-talked Mr. Beast, didn't we?
No, I think we praised Mr. Beast.
I think we like Mr. Beast.
I think most people are in agreement that Mr. Beast just makes good videos and is a decent human being.
Yeah.
I think most people are just okay with that, And people try to make drama about him, but I don't feel like it ever works.
I don't think so either.
So, what's a bad YouTuber that you can make fun of for free?
Freelo. Who's a good punching bag?
Yeah, can you give me a? Because then we can put in the thumbnail.
That cat comment from Shane Dawson was pretty weird.
The what?
The cat comment that got him off YouTube or whatever. I think he's back now, but he said he made a joke on a podcast about doing stuff with his cat.
A joke? And then they took it seriously?
I mean, it sounded weird. It was like, he was like, I don't even remember. I thought it was something like I was 16. Honestly, do we need to do YouTube drama? It's kind of boring. It's been overdone. We gotta do something else. What are we? Drama channel?
I'll
fucking kill myself.
I know, okay. Yeah, no, Shane Dawson, we're calling you out.
Don't even say his name. We're censoring it. No, he adopted a kid recently now. With his husband. That's true. I'm not making that up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they did adopt a kid.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
What's the kid's name?
I don't know.
Shane? Imagine that you adopt a kid, change their name to your name.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, this is my son. Shane. That'd be weird.
What else is going on in the world? Actually, do we need to talk about world? What is interesting to me right now?
You know what's funny is that because we're out in the cabin in the woods and we're not we're inundated. I don't even know if that would be the proper use of the word.
You're close.
Here.
Yeah, you said it right.
With technology.
We're not inundated with technology right now.
Yeah.
Other than the screen we're looking at or seeing our mugs.
We don't even have internet on it, so it doesn't even matter. Also, this podcast might be heavily limited on whatever that battery says right there in the bottom right corner. It looks like we're less than half.
Okay.
So we'll just pay attention to that, I guess.
Yeah, if it gets low, then it ends.
Yeah, it'll pop up and yell at us. That's when I'll end it. We're edging the battery.
Yeah. We have a solar panel here, but we'd have to plug it in.
How long did it take? Did your phone fully charge?
It got close.
Because I only got to 70-something% from 25.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went from 50 to 90 something. So
okay, yeah, and that was for 2 hours.
Yeah,
and that's not that fast, but it's better than nothing. It's pretty nice actually.
It's nice. It's a nice little thing to have.
Yeah.
And if we need to plug in some lights or something. Honestly, we need to set up some fairy lights to make it pretty in here.
I don't know.
It needs a fairy's touch. That's what I think.
Yeah, the gas makes everything look really yellow on camera.
But it looks good against some of the wood. I kind of like that against the wood, the yellow. I prefer yellow light, ultimately.
We get used to it with our eyes, but the camera... And so our eyes, I think, are auto-adjusting to still see color. But I think the camera doesn't do that. Mm-hmm. And so it's everything... You just live in yellow world.
Yeah, we just look like we're drowning in yellow.
Mountain Dew. We both have lupus.
Yeah, this is iced tea.
Or what's the one where your liver failed? Just liver failure?
Yeah, it's gangrene.
Yeah, we get gangrene. Yeah.
That's just our go-to word for everything. Yeah, it's like gangrene.
And what's that one song?
Actually, I want to see your reaction. I should look up that weird word that we've been saying all day that we don't know what it means.
Do you even remember what it is?
Yeah, let's see if I can spell it. Wait, what is it?
Portage.
Portage.
Do you know what portage is in the chat? Comment below if you're Filipino.
Is that what?
Just call out random races.
Well, it doesn't sound like it's anything that we think it is.
If you're like 40% Germanic, comment below on what you think portage is. What does it say?
Hold on, I'm trying to look it up. It just means carrying place.
What?
Yeah.
Look up Canadian.
That's what I'm looking at. In Canada, the term comes from French, where porter means to carry, as in portable. In Canada, the term carrying place was sometimes used. Early French explorers and whatever used portage.
Oh, so it's probably like just rucking, like just backpacking.
I think it's just where you carry stuff, yeah. Oh, is the practice of carrying water, craft, or cargo over land. Yeah, it's probably just like trekking with stuff.
Yeah, so I guess you can portage.
Yeah, you can port.
Yeah, it's weird because every time I've heard it talked about, it was like someone talking about how they portaged to a river, or like
I think
went
it's
to do portaging.
I'm pretty sure it was used when you carried your boat or canoe over land.
Yeah. I gotcha. Dude, that battery's going fast.
Why don't you just put the thing over it? Let's see how much battery we got.
We're already in power saver mode, so it's under 30, I think.
Amazing.
Let's check this out. Let's check this. 28%. We have 21 minutes left.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we talk about the important stuff.
You want to have like a JO session?
Do you believe in God?
We got to wear like our suits for that one. You ever see that image of the boys? There's like 3 like middle schoolers wearing suits and like discussing like, do you believe in God?
I see.
You remember that's like a meme image.
Yeah. What does God look like to you?
I kind of like the entity of floating nothingness. I like that one. I mean, like, other than that, right, if you're going to do a cartoon, he's got to be, like, just a dude with a white hair and beard.
That's what you vision as, like, a man.
Like a cartoon man. If I need, like, a physical thing, yeah. But if not, blob of light.
Yeah, you keep talking about the singularity thing. You're like a fucking communist. Like you want like everyone to go into this stream of infinite consciousness or something.
Yeah, it's just that every experience is a shared experience in the shared consciousness. All consciousness is shared. So after you die, it just kind of gets added to the consciousness pile.
Yeah, it seems I don't want to join your consciousness pile because it just seems like you're too anxious and that just sounds stressful. I don't know if I can handle that.
Just a different way of life.
You're preoccupied with worry, man.
That's the thing, you know. I used to never be that worried about anything, and then like all of a sudden, you know, you start a second job and things change around your life, and you're like, everything's, you know, I'm a little worried about these things I can't really do that much about.
Do you think you worry more now that like it seemed like a lot of your preoccupation a while ago was just the wedding, dealing with the wedding and getting up to the reception and the party and all that.
Yeah.
Do you think now that that's over, you don't have like I mean, you do actually have a few overarching things that you got to deal with.
Yeah.
But do those seem like so far out of reach that it makes you more anxious or something? Or like having a kid, I was thinking, is one of those.
Yeah, yeah. Like having a kid is obviously like a time-consuming thing. I think also I make less time for myself to just disengage from those. I now want to continuously maintain like my work and my whatever, because I'm trying to like run a business that way in the future I can be done. So by having this like little anxiety for like work and stuff, I can force myself to kind of just be better at it in a way. And so it's almost good but bad.
So you said that you like the idea of working, you like the idea of solving problems, but one of the problems you're trying to solve is that you eventually want to not work. Is that what it is? Or
I think I'll work forever, but I want the stability to say that I don't want to work anymore. That's what I want, realistically, and I think everybody wants to get to that point, right?
The freedom of choosing whether or not to work.
Yeah. I mean, like, here's the thing, right? If I, like, worked on a farm and my livelihood was, like, just maintaining this farm or whatever, I think I would be happy. And, like, I've said this before, like, if we lived in Star Trek land, like I would go on a spaceship just to have the thing to do, just because I like having things to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
What role do you think you'd play on the spaceship?
I don't know.
Do you have like an idea of what you think would be most fun?
I wouldn't go for most fun. I'd go with like what I would be the most useful at.
That's interesting. I feel differently. I would choose what's most fun.
I have fun doing almost anything as long as it involves me like solving problems and gaining knowledge. Like robot programming, I've been doing it for too long now and I don't really care because anytime that I have to solve problems, I'm like, I've solved the problem. We're done already. You know what I mean? So yeah. So any place that I would learn a new skill and then get really good at that skill to help me fix issues involving around that's what I would enjoy. So I could do literally anything. I'm not too.
As long as you feel like you're useful, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you're contributing.
Yeah, feeling useful and feeling like I'm helping others is a constant theme that I have. So
I can see the ways that is stressful and almost like at the expense of yourself sometimes. Like you're very selfless about it to the point where you do spend a lot of your mind, it seems like, worrying about other people's problems. Yeah, things that are outside your control.
Yeah, I know.
To some extent.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I just don't. I don't know. Like, what else am I gonna do with my time too? Yeah. Like, so if I don't have anxiety about certain things, like, what am I just gonna sit here?
We were talking about that earlier. That concept of like if you don't have drama in your life, you'll make drama.
Oh yeah,
You just create it. Maybe that's the reason we watch and like the Turkey Tom videos. Because we were talking about that earlier too. This concept that like all those videos are basically negative, and they're just like what are we gaining out of learning about these awful people's lives? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there is that word epicaricacy or schadenfreude. This concept of people looking at the misery of others.
Yeah.
Like that's just those are both two words for that. But it's also interesting to think about like maybe in some sense that creates the drama in our life. Like, oh yeah, now we know about so-and-so. Even if it's just a distant, memory. I mean, there's a parasocial relationship. We don't know them. We haven't met them, but we know all about their lives of what they posted online anyways.
Yeah. Even
if that's just one shard of who they are. One fine point of the many colored robe of what makes them up. That was really I recently saw the first Lord of the Rings movie in the movie theater because they're doing like a rollback where you can pay for like $5 seats and go see all these old movies on the big screen now. And I haven't seen the Lord of the Rings stuff in a long time, but watching it made me want to actually go read the book. And one of the things that we brought our buddy Jacob with us, one of the things he said was that Saruman, that wizard that turns evil and goes to work for the bad guy.
Yeah.
Sauron.
Yeah.
Sauron. Yeah, they're all similar.
Like he's like a Digimon.
Yeah, it was confusing me. But anyways, the wizard who turned, after he turns, he goes from the white wizard to the wizard of many colors, and he essentially has like a rainbow cloak.
Yeah.
But they didn't do that in the movie for some reason, and we were joking about like I was like the idea of like I am the magical multicolored wizard. Welcome to my tower. Like it's like it's just me and my goblin boys here. Because it's all male goblins.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, let's go watch the orcs birth out of the ground as he flutters and has the rainbow cloak. Like, oh, that would have been so good. Oh, I can't believe they didn't do that.
Jesus.
It's like, I'm working for Sauron now.
Would you like orc boy?
Yeah, come hither. All these orc boys at my beck and call. There's like a footrest of orc boys. They're the Ottoman. Super funny.
Those are, I really need to like sit down and watch the last movie because I never finished it.
That's crazy. You didn't get to see it. You didn't get the conclusion of the hero's journey.
What's crazy is I never care about that.
Really?
Concluding things? I like the ride. Like you know, it's obviously you want to finish things, but like I'm okay with not.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
You're a very selfless lover. You never come.
Nope.
You're never about the finish line. You store it all inside yourself. You do those Kegel exercises.
Gromit, I've been cum-maxing.
You just have like a dumbbell connected to like a condom and string, and you just put it on.
And then just do some cock-ups. And this stops me from coming.
Yeah. I know it does, dude. That and then the fucking welcome mat you put under your feet.
Well, that one's always
are always there. Yeah, you got that under the bed. You just slide it out, stand on it, ground your feet.
That's how that's how the lady knows it's time. I just kind of put my foot underneath there and
grind it. Yeah.
And I pulled out.
And then she goes to step off the bed to go get something and starts screaming because it's really harsh on your feet.
It is, yeah. It's very spiky. But, that's the one that works the best. That's an extra 14 seconds, so.
Are there any other things you worry about?
You know what's been stressing me out is, like, I try to avoid all the political garbage for such a long time. And then, like, I start listening to Dr. Phil. And then Dr. Phil all of a sudden goes, like, you know that. Oh, I can't do a Dr. Phil. That was like a black guy, I think.
He's kind of.
Did you know that?
There you go.
That the Chinese, they were buying land right next to military bases. Yeah, check out this map. And he like holds up. He has like a map. And then, like, the map, it's like, oh, hey, the Chinese are buying, like, farmland in the U.S., and it's right next to U.S. military bases. Like, you know, this is where we're testing all of the stealth bombers and all the other technology that we have, and they want to build windmills here. Well, this place isn't even very windy. What's going on there? Why are people questioning these things? Why do I have to be the one coming in front of you and talking about these things? I don't really get it. And I'm like, why do you? Why is Dr. Phil telling me this?
Dr. Phil, he's so virtuous. Is this on his podcast or something? Or
he was on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Oh, really?
And so, like, I was like, damn, what's going on? Like, why is Dr. Phil...
Even Dr. Phil, a doctor, is preoccupied with politics.
Yeah, it's weird.
See, I used to read conspiracy boards a long time ago, and they all already talked about the Chinese thing. I heard that forever ago. But it I don't know.
Yeah, and then
I agree with you're trying to avoid politics, and Dr. Phil comes on TV and.
Well, it's like I just wanted to listen to like what Dr. Phil had to say on the Joe Rogan podcast because I was like, oh, I like listening to Joe Rogan every so often. Why don't I? That seems like an interesting episode. And then there's that, and then and then he talks about how all this stupid border crisis stuff. It's wacky. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there, but I don't know. There's nothing I can do about it. Why am I sitting here going oh man, why do I should maybe I should care, maybe I shouldn't care, but also Dr. Phil's like, do you know that last year there's 33,000 Chinese immigrants that came through. Did you know that the year before that, it was only 1,000? Did you know that they're also mostly military-age males?
He's got this thing against China. He just wants to keep...
Yeah, no, apparently, but it's just I'm like, why is this a fact? What happened? And then, they're like, well, it could be escaping tyranny, but most of the time you would think it'd be men and women. But in this case, it's mostly men. And it's that is really interesting, Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. You started looking at all these things on Reddit. All right. Say your piece. Your final piece.
Not even Reddit, but it's just podcast. Anyway,
he's just reading 4chan poll.
That's all he's doing.
He's just scrolling.
This is really interesting.
Yeah, watch people die. Shit, that guy died. I couldn't heal him, and I'm a doctor.
Jesus. Anyway, goodbye, everyone. This is only going to last for 20 more seconds.